Hello everybody. This will be our DITA class D1 project step-by-step video. I will be doing all of the requirements shown here in our class 4 slide deck, which I got from D2L, and there's the PowerPoint version and the PDF version. I'm using the PDF version because this particular laptop doesn't have Microsoft Office. So be it. Okay, so we'll be okay. We'll be okay by using this PDF version. First thing that we notice in the requirements is that we are going to mimic this data sheet, but we're going to create it in EasyData. We have a set of requirements here. Basically, the requirements are that we create a data sheet that has all of the parts that are highlighted included in the data sheet. It doesn't have to be 2-column, and it doesn't have to be word for word, but we need, for example, a title, a subtitle, an image, a paragraph, set of specifications that have first order bullet and second order bullet, etc., etc. You can add more than this, but you need to do at least this for your minimum requirements. Then we're going to do an installation procedure that's not in the data sheet, but we're just going to make one up. And it basically just has to be a task that tells us how to do the task and what the result will be. Here's the XML view of that. And then part 3 will be the specifications. I'm going to show you how to do this, hopefully with definition lists. If you find that it's easier for you to do it with tables, you can do that. And receive the full credit. Again, all you have to do is the required highlighted sections, and you can use your own words. By the way, one of the things that gives me a lot of joy in this class is to experience the very clever and creative data sheets that people create. So whatever your subject is, whatever interests you, make a data sheet that reflects that. Part 4 would be the ordering information. Again, only the highlighted parts. And then we have a little twist here. We're going to require a conref. That's content reference shorthand. And it's one of the really powerful things in DITA, and we're going to show how to do that. The required outputs would be PDF and HTML or XHTML or HTML5. And then if you're a grad student, you'll be expected to export the project to your file system and then compile a docbook version using the DITA Open Toolkit. And then zip all that up and send it to me, and you'll get full credit. Okay, so let's take a look at how that works. So the first thing you have to do is to go to your repository, and your repository is did I not include it in this slide deck? I must have included it in a different slide deck. Okay, that's all right. So I can hunt around for that. I think it might be in class. Let's take a look in class 5 slides just for fun. Excuse the whiplash here. I'm going to just go through these real quick to the bottom, which is where I believe I may have left it. In the content management system section. I could search for okay. Okay. Huh. Well, rather than going through this, I will make sure that you know where the URL is for your. In fact, I know that I emailed it to you. So anyway, we go to our repository, and when you log into your repository, you'll be in this dashboard view, which is kind of confusing. First thing you want to do is to click into the author view, and then the requirement is, I'll go back to my requirements, that we create a new data sheet. So let's do that. First thing we need to do is to create a place within our repository to make this data sheet. So I'm going to do this, create new folder, and I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to call it PSU-DATA-SHEET, and then I'm going to leave it to open folder after create, and I'll hit the create button. Okay, so now I have this repository space. And by the way, if you want to see already completed, the one that I offer is this going to space travel gadgets. I believe. Oh no, Unit Z. Okay, Unit Z documents. I have to double click. I always forget that. And here's the Unit Z data sheet. And then this is a data sheet that you can go step by step and just mimic this one if you want. The main map is this DITA master map, which also links to this features map. I don't think I'm going to do a features map today. Maybe I will. So anyway, when you log in, you're going to go into Content, DITA 2020, and then you've each been assigned one of these repositories. I'm using repository 1. You're welcome to look at my work as well. So I'm going to go back into that data sheet. The first thing I'm going to need to do my first requirement is this part 1. I'm going to need this. I choose to do this as a concept, so I'm going to create a concept here. And truth in advertising, I haven't done this in a long time, so unless I make an egregious mistake, I'll just do trial and error. But this should work out. So the first thing I'll do is just create new, upper left hand corner, this blue button, and I'm going to create a concept. Let's see here. Topic concept. I think it used to be called general concept, but I don't see that. I see general task. They've changed this a little bit, so I'm just going to check concept, and I'm going to give it a title called Introduction, and I'm going to not put any metadata in at this moment, and I'm going to create and edit at this blue button. Okay, so that gives me an introduction, and I'm going to refer back to my requirements here. So I see that I am required to have a title, a subtitle, an image, and a paragraph, and then a couple of bulleted lists with second order bulleted lists, each of them having a title, and then a couple more paragraphs, each of them having a title, and that will satisfy my requirement. So I'm going to put a short description in here. What shall I write about today? I know, how about guitars? Okay, so this will be introduction to the new, we'll call it B1 guitar series. Okay, and I'm going to do a short description. The new B1 guitars are sleek, no, are highly functional and fun to play. Okay, and then I'm going to need for this opening paragraph here, I'm going to mimic that. Oh wait, let's see, I need a subtitle first, so I'm going to put in a section here, and to do that I hit this plus, and I have these choices. These are all of the things that are allowed here. So I'm sort of kind of making this up as I go. A lot of things are available here. One of the things I could do is I happen to have my introduction from the other data sheet. I'll just see how I went about making that. So I have this introduction. I have a title and a short description, and then a prologue, and a con body. So title, short description. Maybe the short description was what creates that second order title. I'm going to assume it does. And then I'm going to create a figure to put that figure in. And its title, do I require a title? I don't require a title, but I'm going to put one in anyway. And its title will be B1 Guitars. And I'm going to, can I click here? Change. Okay, so how do I insert the image? I'm going to look at the XML view. So to do that, I hit this little button here, and I have an image here. Okay, so that's where I need to do. I need to get in there, and I need to find the image. So for now, I'm going to go back and look at my image here, and I'm just going to copy this. There's probably a better way to do this, and when you do your tutorial on Easy DITA, I'll look forward to reading about the better way of doing this. So I'm just going to place this here. So if I were typing it out, I would type image placement inline width 420 space href quote dot dot, which means one level up, slash rsz underscore tuner dot jpg class topic image. I'm just going to leave that as it is for now, and then I'm probably going to find a better image to put in there a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to save, and it looks like I have an image here. It says it's broken, so let's figure that out. So if we go, I'm going to save and close. Oh, no, it's not broken. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. I'll replace that with an actual guitar figure. So I think I have satisfied my first two requirements on this page. I have the title, the subtitle, and a figure. Now I need a paragraph. So I'm going to put a paragraph in here. So my paragraph is going to be B1 Guitars are our newest line. They feature all the best functions of our legacy guitars, and they now, and we've improved our electronics and our form factor. These are things that guitar players care about. Electronics. Improved. Okay, so now I have a paragraph, and now I need to put in this title. So I'm going to see how I did it before. I did the okay, so I actually created a map. So maybe I will create a map that links to these. So in my the other way I did it is I did the introduction, then I did a map ref, and that referenced the features map, which had my key performance specifications, my key feature, my application, and a couple of others. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to create a couple of more topics. This key performance specification is this guy here. So that was a concept with a title and a short description and a prologue and a con body that had list item. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Well, we'll just do it that way. So the next thing I need will be key performance specifications. Okay, I see how I did it. Okay. And then it had a couple of lists with second order lists, so that shouldn't be too hard. So I'm going to do that, and then looks like I did key features as its own standalone. And then I did applications. And then I did Z1 and Z2. Here's Z1. Okay, just a paragraph. Z2 is just a paragraph. Okay, so I'll just do it that way. So, and then I'll link them all together with a map. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my repository here. Did I save it? Let's open it. I hope I did. Okay, yeah, I did. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Okay, I guess I did. Now I'm going to create another one called key performance specifications. So I'll go back here, and I'm going to say create new concept key performance specifications. Create and edit. And this performance. Okay. These are the specifications. One line of guitars. Must be painful to watch me do all these typos. Then I'm going to do an ordered list, an unordered list, and they call those something other than unordered lists. Why don't I take a peek? Oh, we do call it a UL. Okay. So I'll do a UL with some line items, and then a UL within a UL, I think. So how does this work? I've got my UL, line item, close UL, close line item. Oh, and then another line item. So this, oh, I see. Line item with some words and then a UL. Okay, got it. So we'll do it that way. Okay, so we'll do unordered list. And I'm going to say B1 what shall I call it? Dragon. Not being very creative. And then I'm going to enter another unordered list. And then I'm going to say its key performance specifications are, let's see here, fucking pickups, let's say gosh, what else are good features to have on a guitar? Tremolo. that's how you spell it or not. Tremolo. And then we'll say long scale neck. Okay, and now let's go here. Let's go into our XML. And let's copy this paragraph. So enter here. And because we had our XML session, this is a relatively safe thing to do because we know that we took excruciatingly, painstakingly, whatever adjectives you want to use, we figured out how to not get in too much trouble with XML view. That's why one of the reasons why it was so important for us to really learn XML. So this is the B1. We'll call it. I can't be very creative on butterfly. And it's got humbucking pickups and active electronics. And hard case. That's the guitar case, the hard shell case. Okay, so let's save and close that. Okay, so we've got bucking is right. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that hard case. Okay, so we've got that. Let's close that. So we've got our key performance specifications, and then we need some key features, applications, and 2 paragraphs. Okay, so I'll do those relatively quickly. You can make yours more more fun. But I'm just going to go kind of like features. Okay, and I'm going to call them. I'm going to get back at my requirements. So it's just a bulleted list. Applications are a bulleted list, and then there's a couple of paragraphs with titles. Okay. So short description. These are B1 features, and we're going to start off with a bulleted list. Hit this plus and hit unordered list. And I'm going to make these really quick, so I'm going to say glossy finish. Low action and string through design. Okay, and I'm just going to save that. I never did kind of figure out how to save here. I look forward to your how-to guides that show us how to do that. Just kind of looking here. What if I just close it? What happens? Key features. Let's see how that looks. I guess it must auto-save. Okay. Learning as I go. Next thing is applications. Okay. New concept, applications, create and edit. We're just going to make another bulleted list here. Unordered list. We'll say jazz, guitar, country, guitar, rock, guitar, blues, guitar, hip hop, guitar. Is that enough? Yeah, I'm going to be quick, so. That'll do for now. Okay, and then I just need a couple of paragraphs that just sort of say the dragon does this and the butterfly does this. Okay, so let's create a new concept. Let's say B1 dragon. The dragon is lively. It's lively action, and is easy to play. Okay. And now we have the B2. B1 butterfly. Okay, so now we have all the parts that we need for this part one. So now I'm going to make a quick little map here. Do new, and I'm going to say map, map. And we're going to call this features. And we'll call this intro map. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it put an underscore there instead of the space for us in the file name, so that'll be helpful. So now we have our map here. I'm not going to give it a title, but I am going to just drag these things in. So I know that I am going to have my intro standalone. So I know that the first one I wanted was my key performance, so I'm going to slide that over here and insert it as a topic ref. And then I'm going to have my key features. I'm going to slide it underneath, let go, and hit insert. And then I'm going to have my applications. I'm going to let go and insert. It takes a little bit of getting used to it. And then my dragon was my first paragraph. I'm just holding my mouse button down and I'm dragging it under applications, and I'm unclicking, letting go, and I'm clicking the insert button. And then my B1 butterfly. I'm going to drag that and let go. Insert. Okay, and now while I'm at it, I'm going to make a, let's see, do I have to save? Yeah, I'll save. Save that. Okay, it is saved. I'll close that. And just for fun, I can look at that map. I can open it, and it will show me that I have my key performance specifications, my key features, my applications, and my dragon and my butterfly paragraph. So, okay, that's all good. Now I'm going to create a master map. So I'm going to say create new map, and I'm going to call it B1 datasheet, overall datasheet map. I like having the word map in the file name. So I've got that. So now I'm going to drag the introduction topic into this. I would be bold, and I'm actually going to put a title here. No, I'm not. I chickened out. Okay, so now I'm going to drag my intro map under the first paragraph and insert it. So now I've got overall data sheet, I've got an introduction paragraph, and I've got an introduction map, and I'm going to save it, I'm going to close it. And just for fun, I'm going to see how that looks. Open that, see if I got the desired results. Okay, so I have a title, and I think I might have a subtitle. I might have to play with that. And I've got an image, which I will change later. And then I've got some key performance specifications, some key features, some applications, a paragraph about dragon, and a paragraph about butterfly. I can preview that under basic. What does that do? It looks like it creates a PDF file. Interesting. Okay, so I've got a table of contents. Okay, so I do have my my main title, my secondary title. I've got a figure, and I've got a paragraph. Let's kind of look along this and see if we have sort of hit all of the requirements so far. Okay, so I've got the title, subtitle, paragraph, image, and then I've got a paragraph here. B1s are our newest. And I've got key performance specifications. I noticed that they put the description in there. I may want to edit that. I'm not going to be graded down for that, but I may want to edit that. And I also may want to bold these, but we'll see about that. Key performance specifications. I guess maybe I don't. So this is synonymous with this, and these. Okay, so it looks like I've gotten all of the requirements, my key features, my applications, and I've got my paragraph about the dragon, my paragraph about the butterfly, and those are synonymous with these. So I've got all of the things that I need there. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Go back to this. Okay, what is this? Oh. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I've got everything I need there for part 1. Okay, so now I'm going to take a look at part 2. Okay, so I need to do some installation procedures. So I'm going to figure out how to install guitars. Okay, I'll figure that out. Maybe I'm installing them into my studio. That's what premise I'll use. So I need the installation procedures, and I need a little introductory paragraph, and then I need some steps and a result. Okay, so luckily I also have this kind of cheat sheet, so I can look at this. And the way I got this is I went into that sample that I did, and I just exported it. You could do the same. So installation procedures. So we're going to make something that kind of looks like this. It'll be a task with a title, a short description, and a body that has context, and then steps, and then individual steps, and then after steps there will be a result. So hopefully it'll be intuitive how we go about doing that. and I won't have to resort to the XML too much. So I'm going to call this installation, and it's going to be a task. So create new basic or general task, okay, and I'm going to call it installing B1 guitars to your studio. Is that how you spell studio? I think it is. I'm going to create that and edit it. Okay, so I have a title, and I'm going to do a short description. My short description is going to be our new line of B1 guitars will increase the impact of any studio. Bold statement. Okay, so now I'm going to have my command. Let me look at my cheat sheet. I'm going to look at the XML here. So I've got my task body, my context, which is probably where I should have put this paragraph. So I'm going to actually double that paragraph. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put it in this context. Yeah, I can't do it here, okay. But then I see that the task body and the steps are where I'm going to want to put stuff. So I have a step and a command. That must coincide with this command here. And then I have a result, which is here. And if I look at how that kind of dresses out, I see that in my, looking at my context, which I will, yeah, there are words there, okay, and then it ends there. And then I do a step, okay, steps are there. Okay, so I'm going to, and then step doesn't take a paragraph, it takes a command, okay, and there's a command, got it. Okay, so just for fun, I'm going to seed this with, because I know how to do XML, I'm going to seed this. This probably isn't the best way to do it, but it's a way to do it. And then as I look forward to your, oops, as I look forward to your tutorials, which is your D3 project, I will be happy to learn what the proper way is. So there's, it didn't copy, okay. So I'm just going to type our new line of B1 guitars rock your studio, and this is how to install them. Okay, so then I have a command here. I'm going to just sort of seed this. Take the guitar out of its case, period. I'm going to save that, just save and close. Okay. So we have context here, and I think that this is going to probably not need to be there. So I'm going to then put in some extra steps here. Let's put a step. Okay. Look at that XML. I'm not totally satisfied with that. Huh. Steps. enter here. I get a step 2? Okay. I'm going to ignore that step result. I could fill it in. Take the guitar out of its case. Insert guitar cable. Plug guitar into amplifier. Okay, and the result will be you will now be able to record guitar parts. Is an amazing, this is a data sheet after all, it's marketing, feature to your new song. We could do a step result here. The step result would be guitar is now available. Pretty lame data sheet. And guitars, electronics, are now active. Amplifier can receive guitar notes and chords. Okay, so we think that that's pretty good, and we'll go out of that. By the way, I don't see any XML violations here, so that's all good. And I'm going to go ahead and go to my introduction, no, my overall map. Double click that. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to go back into edit mode. So if I open, don't want output, I want content. I want to get back into that other view, and so I let's see here. Doc. That's what I wanted. Okay, so now I'm in doc. So I have my intro map. So now I'm going to find my task, which I called installing guitars into your studio. And I'm going to put that right under my intro map and insert it. Okay, so now I have satisfied the requirements for part 2. And I now have part 3 and part 4 and part 5 to do. And then I'll have to do my outputs. So these are a little bit trickier. So I'm going to first do my specifications. And I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to look at my specifications here. The XML that I've already created. And where are they? Features map, introduction. Okay, maybe I haven't opened them yet, so give you a little glance behind the curtain here. projects, my D1 project, my D1 files, and let's go back to the map. So look at this file, and I see that I have installation procedures. Okay, datasheet underscore specifications. Do I have that open? Sorry to drag you through all that. I do not. So I'm going to get datasheet underscore specifications. Open that, and I'm going to get ordering information. I'll open that so that we can look at those. Okay, so it looks like I used a concept and a concept for each of these. And then I have a con body with a section which goes through the entire topic. Okay. And then in the section I have a paragraph and a bold, and then a definition list entry, a definition term, and a definition. Okay, so that's how we'll do it. So, and I'll try to do it without doing much of this copying and pasting from the XML. Okay, so we're going to do our specifications. So we're going to do create new concept, and we're going to call this B1 specifications. I'm going to create and edit. Short description. The short description actually wasn't very helpful before. So here, I'm going to enter a section. Okay. And its title will be B1 B1 dragon and butterfly. I'm going to call it measurements. I'm going to look at my requirements here for part 4. So I have paragraph, and then these are where my definition lists start. So I've got one here. I think physical characteristics. Okay, so I'm going to try to actually mimic this. So I'm going to say here, all specifications. Apply to the B1 series of guitars. Okay, and then this is my title, looking back at my requirements. Physical characteristics. Okay, so that kind of takes the place of physical characteristics. So now I'm going to put in some definition lists. So here, I'm going to put in a definition list. Okay, and the term will be cable. No, that's not. This, I'm going to mimic this. So I'm going to say cable length. I'm going to call that neck length, and I'm just going to call it full scale. Okay. Now I'm going to add a definition list. I'm trying to go completely with the user interface here. Okay, so that actually is a second order definition list, which would be useful probably in the ordering information section. Oh, no, I guess not. I just have first order lists. Okay, so I don't want that. Actually, I could. It's not going to hurt anything. So I'm going to say neck scales are customizable. Is that a word? No, doesn't like it. Be customized. And okay. So now I'd like to get out of this definition list. So I'm going to go down here, see if I can add one. I may have to go into the XML view. Okay, good. It looks like I did get outside of that. That was my goal. And now I have a couple more that I need to do. So I'm going to look at my requirements. So I need to do one, and this is where we'll, oh, okay, so we do have a second order. Okay, so I'm going to say butterfly and dragonfly, and then I'm going to do length, width, and height. Okay. Dragon. Actually, dragonfly would have been better than just dragon. And I'm going to go into here, but I'm actually going to insert a definition list inside here. Okay, what did I say? Height, width, and length? Let me just take another look. Length, width, and height. Okay. Length is standard. And then add a definition list here. Height. I'm going to just say standard. And weight. Add a definition list here. This user interface is actually not bad. I think they've improved it quite a bit. Wait. Come on. Wait. Standard. Okay. And now I'm going to go outside here, and I'm going to add another definition list. And I'm going to call that butterfly. And because of time, I'm just going to, I could go through and build it the way I did before, but because of time, I'm just going to go into the XML view and carefully just copy. I have my definition term. I'm going to copy this stuff. DD all the way down to DD. Is that right? I think I'm right. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to backspace over this DD. And I'm going to paste that in. And then I'm going to say the butterfly is deluxe. I don't know. Standard versus deluxe. Is there an E on deluxe? I don't know. Let's save and close and reopen. I guess. And leave the other two at standard. Okay, so I'm going to close that. And I believe I have satisfied the requirements for part 4. And I'm going to go ahead and drag that into Let's see here, B1 specifications. Okay, I'm going to drag that here under my install, and I'm going to go ahead and insert. And then I have one more section to do. That's my ordering information. There's really nothing special about the ordering information except for the conref that we'll have to do. So I'm actually, because I want this to be kind of a not super long video, I'm going to clone this specification. I think I can. Duplicate. And I'm just going to call it, yeah, I'll put it here, add a comment. Okay, where did I put that? Here. Okay, so now I'm going to open this. And I'm going to change it to B1 ordering information, I think. Easy DITA is acting a little bit sluggishly right now, to be honest with you, so be careful what I do here. Let's see here. So what's kind of information is in order? Okay, models, standard accessories, recommended accessories, and warranty. So I'm just going to kind of cheat here, say that this is models. And we'll say dragon and butterfly. I really should go in and fix this, but I want to not drag you through it. You can probably figure out how you would create all of this stuff based on what you just saw for part 3. So just do that for part 4. The interesting thing that we'll have to do here is the conref. So these are the instructions for the how you did it before. I'm going to hope that they are similar now. So there's a reuse content. Okay, so we're going to go down into here, and I'm going to create a paragraph here. Or let's take a look at ordering information. How did I do it before? So paragraphs. Okay, so I have another section and a title, and that's where I conrefs things in. Okay, that's why I did a section. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and go down here, and put in a section. Outside section. What's that going to do for me? Yeah, okay, good. And I'm type address. Note to self, don't sound so surprised when it works. Address. Addresses. And then I'm going to do my conref. This what might be a challenge. So I'm going to look for something that looks like the conref. And this may be something that I'm going to have to splice in later. Insert image, insert video. Okay. I don't see anything that looks like my screen here. So at the bottom of ordering information, conref address. Reuse content, insert conref, and then I'm going to navigate to my company information, and I'm going to insert those there. I don't see anything that says insert conref or reuse content, but let's take another look. Content, properties, links, no, assignments, output locale. Back to content here. Let's just try to brute force figure this out. If we can insert, could it be this easy that we can insert a conref? Cross-reference, XML element, unknown, user input. I don't think this is, could do this. Search for conref. Well, I could do this. Open the topic editor. Place your cursor where you want to insert the conref. So content editor. Well, I want to insert it there. Maybe I'm not in content editor. So what if I go into my ordering information? Oh, I didn't change that. Can I rename that? Just call it ordering. Okay, that's better. Now, source open. Is content editor still a thing? Well, ordering information. Well, there's another way I can do this, but I'm not crazy about the way that I'm thinking about doing this. But I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway, and I may need to come up with an alternative. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this to satisfy the requirement. And put it in XML view. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and copy this section. And I may need to adjust with this dot, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this whole section. This is kind of a chumpy way of doing it, but then I'm going to go into this section, and I'm going to go ahead and paste. I don't like the way that lined up. Okay. And let's go ahead and be bold, save and close. And we have some complaints down here. So that looks like it didn't work as expected. Oh, so it did. Okay. So that worked, but that wasn't a great way of doing it. So what we did is we went into the XML view and we copied our conref information from our existing XML. I'll make these files available to you. And it satisfied the requirement. I would like to figure out how to do it correctly using the user interface. So I will research that, and I will definitely make an addendum video to this. But that gets us through all the requirements. We see that we have part 5 completed now. Next thing we have to do is to publish it to PDF and HTML, and then I'll quickly show you the grad student requirement also. So I'm going to close this. Oh, and I better link it in there. So I have my ordering information. I'm going to put it there and insert. Okay, so now it says that it's saved, and I'm going to publish it. And I'm going to use basic 1.5.3, and this will be my HTML. And I'm going to choose my trans type to be XHTML, and I'm going to default to English, and I'm going to publish it. Okay, and I've got that. Now I can download it. So I'm going to download, save the file, and I'm going to publish it to my D1 directory. I'm just going to let it go there. So I've got my desktop DITA 2020 projects D1. Save that. Okay, and that's downloaded. So now I'm going to go out of here, and I'm going to publish again using 1.5.3. And this time I'm going to go PDF. This might take a little bit longer. So I'm going to say PDF, and I'm going to publish. And it's in progress. And that finished, so now I'm going to download that to the same place. Okay, I've got those. And I'm going to quickly take a look. I was writing some instructions for that requirement for the grad students. And I'm going to take a look at those. Interesting. Okay. So how to export your DITA project. Right-click your main map file and pick Download plus Dependencies. Okay, so that's what we'll do. So we'll go into our main map. Let's click this away, which is our overall DITA map, and we're going to click these 3 buttons. And we're going to say Download plus Dependencies, and we're going to save it to that same place. Okay, and it looks like we had success with all 3. So I'm going to export each, extract all. That was my those were my topics that I'm going to add to the these are my raw files. So those are the ones that I'm going to add to my that I'm going to create a docbook file using my DITA Open Toolkit. This one is my PDF file. So I have a PDF file. And these are all hot, by the way. I could click into any one of these, and it would take me to where I want to go. But I'm going to go back to my overall table of contents. So I have my introduction with my first, with my section, my title, my subtitle, my image. I have a caption there. I have a paragraph. I have first order and second order lists under my key specifications. First order list under my key features. First order list, I have a little error there I need to fix under applications. I have a section on dragon, the dragon. I have a section on the butterfly. I have my installation instructions that comply with all of the requirements. I have my specifications, first order and second order. I have a little typo there. And ordering information, which I really need to improve. And I have my conref.in address. So I've satisfied everything that I need for that PDF file. And then I'll go ahead and unzip the HTML file. Okay, so I'll take a look at that. And I have this index. I'll go into my index and I'll click each of these, and indeed I have all the requirements that I need. Go into ordering information and so on. Okay, so I have satisfied all of the requirements for undergrad by having done those things. I also have the requirement for the grad. I have exported my project to the file system, and then using standard HTML, excuse me, DITA Open Toolkit techniques, I will have exported that using the DITA command to DocBook. At the end, just zip that all up and send it to me, and you will be in good shape. So I feel like I need to offer an extra, figure out how to do the conref correctly. I'll make a separate video, or at least a separate how-to file, and send that to each of you. And I'll also make sure that you have those electronic files available that I sort of use as a cheat sheet reference kind of a thing. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.